Welcome back to World of Warships Legends. Here with another review of an early access ship. Today we are looking at the Tier 5 light cruiser Gorky, full name Maxim Gorky. It is an improvement of the Kirov class, Project 26 BIS. That's the name, I didn't make it up. All right, we're here on Greece in a domination match. You can see we're down tier. I'm going to warn you in advance. This match starts slow if you're in the Gorky. So the Gorky, another glass cannon, uh, improved armor piercing shells, 180 millimeter guns. You can see you got three turrets, two to the front, one to the rear. Um, and it is just a walking, talking citadel floating on the ocean. All right. I suppose we're supposed to go to A, but I don't really like the looks of A, seeing as soon as I crossed that open water, I would get crushed, absolutely crushed. So I wasn't really down with that. So, plus the thing is, I like to turn away when I'm taking incoming fire, and if there are ships to the port side of my ship, then if I turn away, I'll run into them, or I won't be able to turn away. So, sorry guys, not going to A. Did I mention I hate cruisers? Okay. So I actually recorded a match with Nikolai Von Essen as the commander, and I thought, all right, this is good. I'm going to use this match. And then I went back to the well after putting the bearded wonder Stepan Makarov in here, and that is the match you're watching right now. All right, so there's the opposing Maxim Gorky, and I should have loaded armor piercing, but I thought I was going to see a destroyer first. So we will aim and fire and then quickly switch to armor piercing. We do some pretty good damage there, disable his torpedo launcher, and we're getting that reload, and we're going to fire again. And that was pretty lame. I was hoping for more. Now we're behind a giant rock. There is another ship out there, a Helena just out of range. So hopefully, oh my, torpedoes are bad for your health. My doctor told me. All right, the Akatsuki torpedoes the Gorky and floods him to death. At least that's what it looked like on my screen. All right, to quote Polecat324, not on my screen. All right, War Spite B coming in. We're going to shoot at him with our armor piercing. And you can see we actually got a couple of pens. I'm not saying we did a ton of damage, but we did get some penetrations. However, I think as much as I would love to shoot AP all day long, that's for cruisers, and HE is for everything else. I believe with this commander I am using EOP, so just FYI on that. Mostly because there weren't a lot of other good options, in my opinion, in the legendary row. If they had Unstoppable, I would run Unstoppable on these cruisers. I can tell you, in my experience of all three of them, the Kotovsky, the Gorky, and the Talon, I've had my propulsion disabled by incoming fire on every single one of these ships. So if you want to run the base commander, I would not blame you. We just had our best game with Stepan Makarov, so that's why we're showing this one. Continuing to shoot at the War Spike, got more penetrations there and disabled something. Shooting at the grass, he's not really at a great angle, so a bunch of ricochets. And sweet double strike by the Akatsuki, who's having a whale of a game. That is his third kill already. In fact, he is the only person to have a kill on our team. So good job by that guy. Looking at the battle space, Presumably another destroyer is in Bravo. One destroyer we just saw briefly in Alpha, along with two ships over there, so I don't want to go over there. So we'll nose into Bravo and see what we can do here. Maybe we can catch this destroyer out on his own. Um, I'm just blind shooting there. And of course, none of those were hits. And we're going to launch our airplane because I'm spotted. So just in case he has torpedoes going on, we have the airplane up in the air. And they do cap out Bravo. They've got Charlie. They're in the process of getting Alpha. So this is looking very, very promising. All right, there he is. Popped up. I'm using a different preset, preset 5. I normally use preset 3. So it's taking a little getting used to the signaling and stuff like that. But we are shooting at the Akatsuki, getting some good shots in, knocked out some AA there, I think. And we're just, yeah, come on closer. That helps me out. We're going to launch a torpedo here just for scare tactics, but we intend to finish this guy off with our guns. He is coming broadside, yes, please. And we crush him. But then here, someone else, Fuso, takes him out before we can finish him off. All right, so that's that. So we're in Bravo. The enemy is capturing Delta. The enemy is on their way to capturing everything. Even though we have a one ship lead because we killed that destroyer, presumably I'm being spotted by the aircraft carrier, I think. So they capture Delta, but we are capturing Bravo. So at least we'll have one cap, courtesy of yours truly. Um, Yeah, I know this is uninspiring. If you're that guy who leaves my games because they're boring, this is boring, and I don't blame you. Everybody else, make yourself a hot chocolate, curl up by the fire, and wait for me to do something other than an uncontested cap of Bravo. All right, so we salt that away. I'm like, hey, teammates, help me out. They really love being back where they're at. You know, you really should, in theory, you shouldn't go on the other side of the map like this. But as you know, I do lots of stuff in these games that smart people don't do. So we're going on the other side of the map and into enemy territory. I'm figuring I can. They're going to be shooting at the other ships, so I'm going to have free reign to pile up some XP, and that's what we're doing. Shooting at the New Mexico. And there's also a Helena over here. And so I think I switched armor piercing in order to engage the Helena. Looks like their other two ships are still over by Alpha. Oh, I guess there's an aircraft carrier. Well, pardon me. All right, get a Citadel on the Helena. So even at almost 12 kilometers, you're still getting good penetration values out of these armor piercing shells, a couple more citadels, and I'm using Makarov. So there's no improvement. I'm using Ingenious, so I'm not improving the penetration of these shells by themselves. So I think he turned away and those fell short. I'm going to try to aim up a little bit here and hope he sails into them, but he is erased by the shiny horse. Now, I think we're going to switch to HE here in a second, maybe after I shoot. I'm just trying to maneuver behind this island and then hope my plane will spot the New Mexico for me. All right, so yeah, sorry, this is the preset. So he's not even in my range. So I'm just going to go into Charlie and stop the count on Charlie. And, you know, really, this is what you got to do. And if you're bored, well, the exciting part hasn't happened yet. Although to some people, maybe me solo capping two bases in a row could be exciting. All right. Um, Probably need to get out more. We're shooting HE at the New Mexico. I think we are going to light him on fire here. Yes, we do. And I am switching sides. Want to go bow on to prevent incoming fire from taking me out. Also, because I didn't want to go any deeper into the map because my teammates are capturing Delta, so I don't need to go there. Some more shots over the island. I'm really glad the trajectory allows me to get these over. You can see we solo capped Charlie for our second solo cap. We were getting burning damage, but it looks like he damage conned. And again, even though we're shooting, the shiny horse finished that guy off too with a close quarters expert. All right, so at this point, we have totally reversed our fortunes. We have three ships, they have two. We have three caps, they have one. I spoke too soon. We have two caps, they have one. They are capturing Bravo. And I would really like some help. And my teammates are like, defend Area B. And I'm like, but I want you to help me. And there's no response. So I just kept asking for help just to make a point that you can't ask me to save B if you're not going to tell me that you're going to help me out, you know. But I guess they just love hanging out over there in Delta asking me to save Bravo. So fine, fine. I will go save Bravo all by myself, and you guys can just hang out in Delta and do whatever it is you do. So I'm presuming I'm spotted by the destroyer here, and I am, but I'm going to be damaged by the battleship. Check this out. He launched him over that island there and knocked off some of my hit points. They do capture Bravo, and we're heading around this corner of the island here. And so I hit my sonar, so I'm not surprised by torpedoes. Good safety tip. If you have an extra sonar charge, use it before you go around an island so you'll know when they launch torpedoes. And there is the Mahan, and he did launch torpedoes. Now we're using Makarov, who has more rudder shifts and more turret traverse, so we are able to swing our tail around and totally avoid these torpedoes. Now at this point, our sonar is active, but I didn't need it. I just blind shot into the smoke and took out the Mahan. Now the Leon is coming in. The Leon Tier 6 battleship could probably really wreck our base. Sorry, I was checking my torpedo range there. Just 3.9 kilometers. Yikes. So I am hoping to ambush the Leon from around the corner of this island. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I got myself lined up. I'm just turning into this. He's probably preoccupied with the battleships that are shooting at him. He is in torpedo range. We clear the island. I'm going to launch, and I'm going to try to light him on fire. And then I'm cranking hard to port. We do take a ton of damage, but we were not killed. All right, so I'm going to get these other torpedoes off. So even if my first ones don't finish the job, my second ones in theory will. There we get the Leon and a Confederate medal, which was a shocker to me. Here on the victory screen, 73,373 total damage, the Confederate medal, 2 torpedo strikes to win the game, the last 2 kills in the game, 3 citadels, 2 solo base caps. We ended just short of 275,000 silver and 8742 ship XP and commander XP. Now, why is that number so high? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to go the team result and see. Honest, we're going to go the team result and see. We were down tier. That's why. There we are at the top of the board in the Gorky, 2914. And we are going to go into the port, look at the ship and the commanders, so fear not. And I will say, Scharnhorst, good game. The ship below him, like, switched off already. Good game. Aiming system mod 1, steering gears mod 2. I think pretty much everybody would use those. It is fully upgraded. And looking at our loadout, we've got 2 charges of the sonar and 3 charges of the catapult fighter. We were using the Epic Ship XP booster and the Common Battle booster for speed, Type 3 temporary camo, and the 1-year strong flag. All right, survivability, 28,400 hit points. Please note, there is no torpedo damage reduction on the ship. All right, you got those 3 triple 180 turrets that go all the way up the rest of the line to the Piotr Bagration. 14.6 kilometer range, 11.8 second reload, 18.8 second turn time. HE shells do 2,100 damage, a paltry 6.5% fire chance. AP shells do 4,400 damage. Secondaries, 6 100mm guns, 4.7 kilometer range, reload in 3.8 seconds. They do 1,400 damage with a embarrassing 3% fire chance. All right, take a look at the torpedoes. 2 triple tube launchers. Amazing. They reload in 70 seconds, but their range is only 3.9 kilometers. 1/3 of that, they're visible to the enemy. They do 13,500 damage. AA defense, not bolstered by anything, so I'd say that's okay. Level 5 ship, 50 AA. Maneuverability, it is fast, 40.1 knots. That probably is the reason why it has an abysmal turning circle of 860 meters. Rudder shift, I think it was 5.4. Detectability, 12.6 on the surface, 7.8 from the air, and 7 even firing in smoke. Look at this armor view. This is enough to make me cry. Above water citadel, lightly armored below the water, just a 13mm bow. I mean, this thing is a floating citadel waiting to be taken out. So, I mean, to me, at the end of the day, in the Gorky, if you can shoot without being shot at in return by battleships and stuff like that, you might have a better game. All right, Stepan Makarov, we got Mimbelli and Scott, and that's the same build I used in the Kotovsky video. Nights longer than days increases the damage con, actually a fair amount. We're rolling with Ingenious, full speed ahead, Velocious, steer clear, and I just didn't see the value in either of those, so we ran EOP. Not that we're shooting a lot of HE, but that's it. That is the Gorky, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. A lot of traffic lately on the channel. I'm sorry to cut back the videos, but internet situation's still in flux right now in the hotels, so if I can do more, I will, and I will let you know that. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you on